You ready for this?
Okay, so today is not, we're late. We're very late. But it's not the fault of Cog Hill. It's not Jamie's fault. And it's not even my fault. Now, everyone knows me. I like to blame somebody, right?
I know. I'm like, where are we going with
I gotta
this?
blame somebody. Well, today, we blame Casper.
Poor
Friends,
Casper.
we have us a runner. We have an issue. Look at this.
Oh my God.
But we have us a major issue with Casper that we got to figure out. Let's go talk about it on our live. You ready?
Right.
Come on, girls. It's time to go do the live. Come on, sweeties. Come on, y'all. We're going live. We'll call you in the green room. People are waiting for us.
Hey, y'all.
And hi to hello, everybody. Hi to hello. We are late. Trixie says, I was here. I was ready on time. Trixie, it's not your fault either. For those of you who are just jumping on, let me explain to you.
I'm sorry.
First of all, let Jamie clean the computer. Dogs have been looking on it. And
Maybe your dog fingers have like your fingers from playing with dogs, but I'm pretty sure that was a LM thumbprint right on the camera. What a weird place for the camera anyway.
Let's start this off with a coffee clinks to Jamie and then one to you all. I did a double clink there.
I didn't know that was a thing. Here.
That's a double clink.
Cheers, y'all.
Did you actually clink it though? I wonder how many people
I did it. I
are
tapped.
literally with their phone or their TV and they're going up and they're ding and then there's coffee spilling everywhere and then their spouse is screaming at me, Lester! God darn it, Lester!
That's a cool breeze coming in all of a sudden.
That feels wonderful.
I wasn't expecting that.
Let me explain why we're late, and then I'm going to have to give you a little bit of a.
I actually had extra time to get ready today.
That?
What?
Under there.
Right here?
Yes. No, I'm looking at the outside of it. That's not what's in there, I hope. Oh, my golly gee. Who sent this? Did you buy these?
No. Somebody must have known that you needed them, though.
Sharon says, Lester, you look tired. Sharon, just.
Do you need these?
No, Sharon just needs to hush it up. Sharon, I love you. You and your husband, beautiful looking couple. Come on, Sharon. That hurts my feelings. No, I will say that I had a hell of a last couple of days, but I didn't think it showed that bad. So we're coming to you guys.
Did you just toss those glasses like you didn't need them? Oh, because you came prepared. Never mind. Carry on.
And as long as the computer's pushed back a little bit, I'm fine. It's when it's up here close in my face when I can't read. Listen, we have a lot to talk about, but one story that we'll mention first is one that most of you guys don't know about. I say most of you guys because I think I've only talked about it on a late night live. But we have we're trying to help out my son and his beautiful wife, Megan, with a dog. They have this rescue dog, Casper. You may know the one if you've watched the videos with Ellie. Guys, we're not interrogating this morning. For all the questions that are being answered, we always answer questions at the end. Let us just talk to you all. Let us just kind of unwind and get to know each other. Remember, we all just met for the first time.
Let me help you.
And we're
Will this help you?
What is that going to do?
No, you can't see the comments, so you don't know.
No. I want to read it. I want to see the comments. I just don't want people to demand answers. So remember how a live goes. You can, an influencer, a video creator can change the culture, the climate. Think about how much social media has influenced for the better and for the worst, y'all. And so ultimately, we want to remind folks that the culture of social media is, yes, people go live, but you don't start demanding to have answers right away. It's like if I met Jamie for the first time, I don't sit down and begin to interrogate her. We talk, we get to know each other. We kind of, we enjoy each other.
Dialogue.
And I want to dialogue with you all. And I want to dialogue with Jamie. And she and I together are going to dialogue with you all. So please, if you find that to be rude or offensive and you don't want to be scolded by Lester, I promise you there's other channels that thrive. Okay. There goes a knee squeeze. But no, we like to talk first, and we will answer questions towards the end. So I'm going to start off, if it's okay with Jamie, and talk a little bit about Casper.
Mhm.
So we do have this new rescue dog, and his name is Casper. He's not one of our rescues necessarily. He went to Ellie and Megan first, and Casper had issues over there. So we tried to help Ellie and Megan solve everything. They're really good at trying to figure out what's what and who's who for the most part, but they just could not figure out a fix, to the right fix for Casper. And there were some issues. I'll just say some issues. And if you want to know the details, you have to go to Ellie and Megan's channel. That's their story to tell, right? Okay, so Jamie and I were asked, is there any way we could try to offer Casper a home here or with one of us, because, you know, either one of the properties, because Ellie and Megan hate, just the way we all hate to see one of our babies sent off. They love Casper, and they want to see Casper thrive and live a wonderful life. And so we says, we'll try. And so we did. We went over there on the 5th, whatever day that was. I went over on the 5th, and I picked Casper up. Today's the 8th, right?
I think so.
So today's the 3rd day. So I went over on the 5th, and I picked Casper up. And I will say that with everything else going on in our life, with the baby being born and then being lost and then being lost again, oh my gosh. And then we have the issue, not an issue, we have that sweet, wonderful rescue bull, Chuck. We had friends who came to visit for a couple of days, and we
have a sick Voodoo, we have a sick Ivy.
There's a
lot going on right now.
There is so much, and in all of that, we've also been trying to integrate Casper. And then last night was the ultimate fiasco. So if I do look tired, all I can say is I probably am tired.
Oh, I put on makeup to cover up my tired.
But oh my gosh, this is the funniest thing ever. Okay, because we're going to talk about this. So Kels 518 says she's a runner and she's a track star. My God. All I can say to that, Kels, is you know more than most people do, but there'll be a video come out today. I believe it is my Longhorn Lester, which will be my 5 o'clock video this afternoon, about Casper. And friends, all I'm going to say is I had to drive last night. I had to drive to go get Casper from Whataburger. From the Whataburger.
Whataburger is not
5 miles down the road. Yeah. And I will not say anything else.
I'll say one thing.
Okay, you can say one thing.
Casper slept great last night. Casper slept great last night. So
let's not make everyone hate Casper or hate us, y'all. We're trying to do whatever we can. If we have to. Oh, no. Take away the thing he's hungry. We're not going to go there. I remember that when I used to teach school, and it doesn't matter if I taught the intermediate levels, high school, there were even years when I worked in the elementary levels, and you have some kids who are identified as the runners. They would always say, hey, you always got to watch. And guys, every teacher had a list of those kids because they were known as runners.
That's crazy.
I don't know what gets into the head of a child, but there are some children that they see an open door and they take it. And it's not because the teacher's abusing them or they're being bullied or because they're hungry, which is what a lot of people are going to say. Casper is not intact. Casper's been castrated, neutered, fixed.
So can I give my perception as to what I think? Is that going to interrupt your video?
No, all I want to say is one last thing, that we have already taken Casper to both of the properties. You'll see all of that in today's video. Casper is Great Pyrenees.
Oh, Ivy says good morning.
Ivy, we love you, sweetie. Ivy says, let everyone know that I'm feeling fine today. All right, Dinky. Dinky's like, well, I'm feeling pretty good too. And then he does his eyes like you girls do him.
With his ears back.
With his ears back. Okay, I'm not putting my ears back. Okay, so let's have your take on Casper because we love him. We love him.
First, I thought he was deaf.
Yes.
And last night was able to disprove that, so that was good.
We're 10 minutes since my first drink of coffee. Am I on a roll or am I on a roll?
And then I realized very quickly that Casper has not had that kind of freedom in his life and doesn't know what to do with it. And that reminded me of my beagles. So my beagles had a fenced-in backyard.
That's true.
And the first week that they were in Plum Grove, we were chasing them everywhere. Like Ritzy was in the neighborhood. Like every second that she could sneak away, she did, because she didn't understand what was ours. And poor little Casper, who's moved a few times now, doesn't really understand those boundaries, because I am predicting that he was either a leash dog, like an inside dog, or a yard dog.
Just read Melissa's comment right there. Can you read it out loud?
In our special ed classes, we called them elopes. It's true. It's true. In hospitals, they have a code for that. And so like when patients they leave, it's like sometimes it's like code silver or cold storm or cold, like there's a code for it.
Renee, the internet is hilarious today. I love you all when you're like this. Renee says, I needed a perimeter collar to put on my now ex back when I was married. Don't think that Jamie doesn't have cameras set up all over the place. She's probably watching every time I'm not here, where she's watching where I'm at. Renee, the internet, you guys are really...
Says the man who the other day goes, what were you singing?
Oh, yes. I should play that.
You should not play that. He's like, oh, I looked over at the cameras and you were singing something. What were you singing? I was singing. I don't know.
Our cameras not only pick up wonderful video, but they also pick up great audio. And so one day I just was checking on Jamie because I check. Guys, I've been very busy over to the property all week. You guys know what's been going on over there. We got the horse stables. I cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I'll talk about it when you're ready. Finish your story about because what you're saying is so true. And then remind me what I was going to say, because I'm going to forget it.
Anyway, I believe Casper was either a yard, like had a fenced-in yard, or was a leash dog, because he also he comes in the house and he is the most perfect dog, like the most perfect dog. He doesn't jump up on anything. He doesn't use the restroom. He doesn't make messes or chew or anything. He just is pleased to be inside. So like not every dog in their breed finds their fulfillment in the way that their breed does. Does that make sense? So like,
well, so I think that you should also define what you think Casper's actual breed is.
I believe that Casper is a very blonde golden retriever with a hint of Great Pyrenees in him. His body shape, his head shape, his hair, all of those things they're not Great Pyrenees. They're golden retriever, which would also indicate why he's not assimilating to farm life like that, because he's a companion dog.
Code purple, there, hospital. You ever heard that code?
Yes.
Code purple means someone's running. Someone's off
it's
a
true.
running.
You have all kind. Code brown is never good, just for the record.
I can. Don't even want to.
Code brown is no good.
No.
Anyway, so for Casper, if he works out here, I would like to have him DNA tested, because it's going to tell us a lot about him. And I think I still have a kit from that.
He was going to retrieve a burger.
But I think that explains like his innate thing about his bird problem and all those things, because that's a retriever in him. So, he's very different than the rest. But I will tell you, as far as like a companion and on a leash, he is fabulous.
Yes.
Coming down the steps of the RV this morning, I opened the door, and normally our dogs will plow me down and like race me down.
They'll buckle your knees.
He walked step by step with me, like step by step, and would not stand in front of me.
So as a rescue, we've brought in, I don't know, I'm just going to guess and say probably 10 to 15 rescue dogs over the course of the last few years. We haven't kept all of them. We try. We would have absolutely become our own Archer house over here and kept them all. But with every dog comes a different personality and dynamic. Sometimes there's food aggressions. Sometimes there's animal aggressions. And sometimes we just have to say, you know what? We love them. We love them so much that we know we're not providing what they need. And we will try to reach out and try to find someone else who may have a better setup. But what Jamie's saying is true. And we're not trying to pawn Rooster. We're not trying to pawn him off because, like Jamie said, we see some amazing qualities in him. He walks on a leash. He's very obedient. He doesn't lead you. He'll let you, and he doesn't circle around you and get your legs all tangled up.
He's very sweet.
He has been somebody raised him and trained him very well.
But not as a Great Pyrenees, because I don't think that's what he is. He might have a hint of it in there, but
he has a hint. His face looks very similar to Sadie. As a matter of fact, there were a lot of people the night that I talked with Casper on my live, and they all thought it was Sadie. So there's that tail. There's a lot Pyrenees. But it's kind of like Millie and Fiona. They're also Pyrenees / Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of Pyrenees in them. But what's beautiful about both Millie and Fiona is their Pyrenees side, as far as the animal protectors, shines.
But they were raised in it from babies. And if Casper wasn't and doesn't understand this life, and all poor Casper maybe wants to do is lay in front of the fireplace all night. I mean, you think about Brienne's dog Punk. Okay, so Punk is a golden retriever, but he's a red golden.
Okay.
But Punk is a fabulous companion to the kids, to her, wants to be a part of everything, but he is not anything that wants to go sit out by the animals.
So talk real fast, because Renee once again says her golden doodle was ignoring commands. But so Jamie thought that the dog was deaf. She goes, when you call him, he doesn't come.
He doesn't even flinch. And then I also wondered, was Casper his original name? Does he have
a real name that he may respond to? But last night we're sitting at the RV and Casper was asleep there on the floor. We gave him his flea meds. He's able to come in the house. I have not gave him a bath yet, though. I know that some of you women are probably just cringing on that.
I think it will take him to a groomer because he's got horrible
He needs to be groomed right. He needs to be bathed right. And but we'll get to all of that. But we've been pressed for time. But we still let him come inside the RV. He's laying on the rug, and Jamie goes, "Oh, I can't whistle. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing." And all of a sudden he looks up, and so he can hear. So he's not like Stella, deaf as a doorknob, or a doornail. What's the expression?
Deaf as a doorknob.
Deaf as a doorknob. He can hear. But I think that no matter how loud I shout or scream or holler or whistle, he's just so excited to be out and about and just exploring his surroundings.
Which is what my beagles did in the beginning too. And they wouldn't come back until they were just whipped. And like that was how that
sometimes
started.
It was a day later. And when she says whipped, they couldn't walk. They were like, and they would lay around for a week.
Yes. So like, but they were raised in a tiny little backyard with no freedom. And every time that they would break out, that's how it would be. So
Catherine asked, does he get along with your gang? I can't wait, Catherine, for you to watch my video. It's on there, I promise. It's a doornail, not a doorknob. Deaf as a doornail.
What the heck's a doornail?
I don't know what I've always thought it should be a doorknob.
Maybe that's why I thought it was doorknob, because I'm like, the doornail isn't even a real thing.
A doornail? What's a doornail? Maybe the Amish uses a doornail because I wonder
if that's a door knocker, but it's not deaf.
No, a doornail may have been like in the old days, like when they would build a ship using iron planks, and they would maybe make nails of. I don't know.
A stud set in the door for strength or as an ornament. I'm going to need to see a picture.
No, type in this. Is deaf as a what? And see what the internet tells us. Because there's people going back and forth. Doorknob and doornail.
Well, doornail is a thing. Dead is a doornail. Dead, which would make sense, not deaf. Dead as a doornail is that, which means it had no purpose, basically.
Ooh.
Deaf as a...
We're going to solve it right now. Google's going to help us. They're AI.
Post. Well, okay. Doorpost, doorknob, doornail, doormat. All of those things. All four. It literally says 4. 4 different things.
All right. Someone says, okay, Wanda goes to Google and she says, deaf as a doornail is an idiom meaning someone is completely unable to hear. signifying a total lack of hearing, as if they were a doornail, an inanimate object that cannot hear at all. Okay, well, there you go. There you have it, straight from the internet. Thank you so very much. No, so anyway, we don't want to take up the entire live talking about Casper, but just know that we're
trying.
We are late to our live this morning, and it was not because of Cog Hill, like it sometimes is, not because of Jamie.
I had extra time clearly today. I pulled my life together today because I was like, 10 more minutes.
And it was not me. It was freaking Casper, having to find Casper and track down Casper, chase Casper. But we're going to figure it out, y'all. We have some plans, and you're going to be a part of this journey. And if we cannot figure it out, then what we will do first is reach out to those who live local who would want to offer. It may be too windy for us to be out here. Is that what you're thinking? Is the wind bothering you all, or are you getting cold?
I just didn't expect it to be here today. I actually thought today was going to be like sunny and 80.
Well, I don't know. But you guys just wish us luck on Casper. We really would like to have
it's getting colder today.
It's getting colder today. We love him, and he's wonderful, but he does come with a little bit of package. He's a package.
Do we know how old
he's
he
extra.
Is?
He's a little extra.
Do we know how old he is?
We don't. I don't. I'm sure Ellie and Megan do. They took him to the vet. They had everything done. He has his tags. He has all of his, chip. He has all of his stuff. He's fine. He's not sick or sickly. He's a package, though. He is a package.
He's extra.
He's extra. All right. Now, I do believe people are probably going to be wanting to know about what's going on with your Voodoo and Ivy.
Ivy and Voodoo are dry lotted, and I haven't been videoing them because it's not pleasant.
Well, and it also creates controversy because it means that there's 1,000 things you're doing wrong.
Right.
We already know we've made some mistakes. We already know that we've tried to find corrective measures.
So Ivy's hoof is still not great. She will go to a new vet on Monday. Maybe. It's either Monday or Tuesday. We're waiting for the phone call today. And she's going to have a much larger series of x-rays. Voodoo is in a laminitis flare, and that means that his hooves hurt really bad. And I will say he's up this morning and ate his hay this morning. We've changed his diet drastically, and on top of being put in a dry lot, he's mad. He's mad he can't be with his herd. He's mad that he's on a diet and he's hurting. So all of that combined is tough because I'm out there trying to comfort him by grooming him or spraying him down on the days where it got really warm here for him, making sure that I'm doing creative things with his hay to keep his mind stimulated, but he's exhausted. He wanted to, he's been laying down a lot, and that's sad to see with a horse that you love so much, who's been a leader and brave and all of those things. And we're teetering between the stress and the pain. And this morning he actually would not allow me to give him his pain meds. That's not uncommon for horses, but I basically took it as like, I'm going to back off just a little bit and see how he does this morning. Right now he's getting meds every 12 hours, which is the max dose. So last night he had it at about 5:00, and we're already at 10:00, and he's still upright, ate his breakfast. So we'll see. Taking him to the vet would be very hard on him because of the pressure on his feet. I have ordered him special boots, and I'm following our vet's orders and all of the recommendations. I actually have been speaking with a hoof specialist as well. And basically, Voodoo's a heavy guy. He's a heavy guy. He has equine metabolic syndrome, which is
diabetes.
It's not diabetes. No, that would be Cushing's. equine metabolic syndrome is basically his body doesn't metabolize food like everybody else's. So even though Voodoo had the same diet as every other horse in the pasture, his body could not metabolize it fast enough.
You guys saw for yourself. You anyone that watches videos, especially yours, where you focus a lot on the horses, you can see that they're all in the exact same pasture. So why was Voodoo gaining so much weight? He began to, and then every time we would have the farrier come over or the vet, they would always say, Voodoo's getting heavy. Voodoo's getting heavy. And then I believe Courtney pointed out the little butt crack thing, about the butt crack. And you don't know. And so when we planted our ryegrass seed, we made sure not to plant ryegrass over on their side, which means they're only limited to whatever grains we give them, and then a little bit of green hay. And then, of course, we leave out horse dry hay, horse quality dry hay. But it didn't matter. Voodoo was still gaining weight.
And they don't get treats. They don't get, that's not part of their life here. Like one animal cracker after we put on blankets every night. That's not the impact. It's his metabolic, metabolism basically. And current state with spring on the way.
Yes, Voodoo's the muffin man without getting fed a bunch of muffins.
Yeah. With spring on the way, all the new grass has a lot of sugar in it. So keeping him on the pasture would have been detrimental, like 10 times worse than being in the dry lot currently. And we're doing all of the recommendations, but I still don't know if it's enough.
What's sad about Voodoo, and I know you're on a roll with him, but he's actually, if you think about it, he's a beautiful horse. Don't get me wrong. When he's been washed and brushed and everything, he's just a beautiful horse. But he's always had sunburning issues. When we were in Plum Grove, or even when he goes over to the JL, the North Ranch, he sunburns. We got to constantly put cream and spray so he doesn't sunburn, because he's not able or doesn't choose to get out of the sun. He wants to be with his buddies and hang out in the sun. And all the other horses can walk around and eat all day, graze around the pastures, and Voodoo can be out there with them, and you can just see the sunburn, like chapping his skin.
It's horrible.
And so if that's not a summertime issue, then he has his weight issues. He's a hot mess, y'all. He's a hot mess.
He's also he has really flat feet. So a lot of people, I did make one tiny little clip of what laminitis is and showed him walking and showed him in pain. And he has very wide, flat feet. So in addition to the fact that his feet hurt, on a normal day, he has they call the frog, the soft part and the sole of his foot always has had a hard time because his feet grow out and wide. Every other horse typically grows like this and may grow long, but Voodoo's just grows like this.
I gotta say something fast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta show something actually. I don't know why. I thought Jamie was trying to kill me. I was walking to refill my coffee cup.
Oh my God.
Look inside my coffee cup though. Can I see it here? I thought you had dropped a capsule. Into my coffee cup trying to poison me. I don't know why I thought that, but can you all see that right there? That's what I saw. My coffee is almost at the bottom.
Let me show you what it is.
And I thought she was trying to kill me, that it did not dissolve. And I'm like, what in the hell? I thought she was trying to kill me. I'm like, she put a capsule in my coffee and it did not dissolve. And I'm like, and then I realized, oh, that's that little spinner thing, the spinner. Sorry, I just thought you were trying to kill me.
I'm gonna save all the other lives here, but kill him.
Just know she makes more money than I do, and I ain't trying to kill her. Just saying. That's just saying. It ain't for my millions.
Anyway, Voodoo's got issues, and it's not pretty, and we're nowhere near out of the woods. And a lot of people say that laminitis can take months to a year to heal, and my heart breaks for him for that. His injury this past year aged him significantly, and I would still argue and say that he's not fully healed from that, both mentally and physically. While the wound might be closed, that was an insane blow to him. So that impacts everything. That can trigger all kinds of things inside, if you think about humans, like Sometimes we have underlying diseases that we never know about, but something else triggers them. I fully believe that Voodoo's whole body is fighting for him, and it's going to take a long time.
Oh, that's your lipstick cup.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, I just want to show y'all real fast. I know Jamie's talking. I'm not trying to interrupt, but can you do me a favor and press the button so everyone can see what happens when you press the little buttons here? Just press it and let it go. Let it go. And then press mine too. Isn't that the most awesome ever? All right, you can stop it now. So these these were gifts to us from, I forgot the sweet lady's name, guys. I can't remember anything. I cannot. And Jamie was talking, so I'll let her keep talking. But these are some really neat coffee mugs. And I was like, what in the world are they? But these are they're little spinners that will mix everything up for you.
I love them.
I thought I was about to be poisoned, though. I'm like, why? What have I done for her to poison me?
And did you automatically think, like, how much have I consumed already? Like, is there a way out?
No. Well, I was thinking, I thought maybe you had put Voodoo's meds in mine. I'm thinking that's stuff that's made for horses can kill a human. And I'm like, what is she trying to do to me? And then I'm thinking, am I that blobby? Is she trying to like make me do something? I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on there for a minute. It took me a minute to register what that actually was. And then I thought I owed it to you all to let you know what I thought was about to happen to me. Sorry. Continue on with Voodoo and Ivy.
Anyway, I'm doing all I can. I really am. But I'll be really frank with you here. This is hard for me to admit, and I'm sorry I get emotional.
What's wrong? Is it me?
No.
She ain't really trying to kill me, y'all. I was joking. No. She would use a gun or a knife or smother me. I'd already take a sleeping concoction. She'd probably just put a pillow right over me and say, oh, he must have took too many sleeping concoctions.
No, I was going to say that I never want an animal to suffer.
No.
And I am watching Voodoo very close. And if it comes to the point where he signals that this is it, because they will absolutely tell you, then it will be. But
are we anywhere close to that yet, though?
No, but I want to call it out of like, I don't want to be a selfish person. Like, I want to keep Voodoo around for me. I want Voodoo to get better more than anyone. And I think he has a fight in him unlike any other. Same with Ivy. I've never seen a girl with so much willpower.
What we've always done is we never on our own make that decision. But if we've had an animal, and we've had a couple that we've had to put down, you guys know little Gary, Dixie. Is that all?
Yeah. Well, Huck, but
Mr. Huck, but that was very different. But we always will confer with a whole lot of people before we make that decision, because we don't ever want to, especially in this case, it would be with the vet, to know.
Yes.
But Dr. Cochran, Dr. Priestley, and any of the vets who we've worked with have always, even when we took Ernie and Okie, the A&M vet, I forgot that lady's name, she was an older lady, but man, you could just tell how smart she was. And she walked out to us, and she had a younger lady with her, and the older lady was as brilliant as she was not very well spoken. I don't know if she was foreigner or not. So she would say things in doctor terms, and the younger lady would, in a way, I'm just going to say it, dummy it down to our level, right? She translated it, but not in a different language, from doctor terms to what we can understand as normal people. And she let us know real fast that that Okie is he's not good, and Okie is suffering,
and his quality of life would never be the same.
Yes. And so we had to give the okay to do what you have to do to end his suffering. And then when it came to Ernie, she said that they're more hopeful with Ernie. However, she wanted us to know that the road to recovery, if he's able to ever leave that hospital,
was long.
Yes.
It was very long.
And so she wanted us to know that they're going to do all they can for Ernie, but her professional opinion is that Okie is suffering. And so we had the same conversation when it came to Dixie, And we had the same conversation when it came to little Gary, Uncle Gary. And it's not just Jamie and I say, you know what, they're too much trouble. You know what, they're just a lot of work. You know what, they're costing us too much money. Never.
No, it is literally about what's best for them, and it takes a lot of discussion and oversight, and then those decisions were made. And I'm calling it out on Voodoo because it's not good. And I'm not saying we're there yet, but I'm saying that I don't want people to have this false hope either of like next week he's going to be out to pasture and everything's going to be fine.
We were scared to video Ernie. When we brought Ernie back, we were scared to video because we didn't want to give you all false hope to make you fall in love with a baby who we thought any day could be his last.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was some days walking out to the pasture when Ernie was laying out there, I was like, Lester, I'm scared to walk out there yet. I think that he's gone. And I would walk out there and all of a sudden his little ear would twitch. Ernie's a survivor too, and a fighter. So I know a lot of people go through this, and I know that people lose animals and all of those things. And maybe it's easier because they don't share them with the world and don't have to explain to other people.
Well, and also what's easier is you take the amount of animals. So if someone has a couple of dogs in your adult life, or you've had a couple of cats and you've ended up having to take them to the vet, have them put down for whatever reason, arthritis or, you know, whatever issues, you've experienced that. But then you look at a farm, you know, like us or other channels where you lose a lot of babies and you're like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all like a death farm. Y'all like the farm of death. No, it's not that we're the farm of death. It's because the amount of animals is magnified.
And they
hundreds of times.
They don't come to us in perfect, fabulous shape all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, just say a few prayers for Voodoo and Ivy. Ivy's not out of the woods yet at all. We got to figure out what the heck's going on. We know now it's in her hoof. And we're trying to work through all of that as well.
Parasites, accidents. Predators. I've listed the ways that you lose animals around a farm.
I mean, just illnesses like
disease. Anyway, we are, man.
I didn't mean to like bring everybody down.
No. We
don't
want
to like I needed to level set and be like, things are not fabulous. That's all.
Yeah. This lady says, can we get off the sad stuff? I forgot I already lost it. Never easy, but the worst is when they die at home. I told my daughter, if we see them suffering, we can't do anything. They're going in. I just can't do that anymore. I kind of agree. Now, we prefer to have ours here so we can bury them ourselves, or if we cremate if we decide to go that route.
Yeah.
And which is also the desire of Jamie and I. I says, Jamie, if I die, just cremate me right over here, get a couple of pallets and just burn me up.
I will not burn you.
I didn't really tell her that.
God. First, I'm gonna drug him with a pill in the bottom
I'm on a roll.
And next, I'm gonna burn him with pallets.
Well,
I would feed you to the pigs anyway.
Yes, we have. We're also very blessed with the things that are going. You know, kind of giving us some hardships. We are also very blessed in the fact we have a new baby Longhorn. And
Did you name her yet?
Oh, can we talk about it real fast? We're only going to talk about the final names, and then you guys can talk here. This is not the official vote. I'm going to run grab my phone because I have them screenshotted. Okay. You talk about it, but try to push Calamity Jane.
That's my favorite name. You didn't have to tell me to try to push. That's my favorite name.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
My favorite name for her is Calamity Jane. We can call her Jane. We can call her Janie. We can call her CJ. We're not calling her CJ. But I love the idea of that. Calamity Jane is a cowgirl, and it just fits. It so fits. Yesterday, Lester had a hell of a time with finding that baby, and Santiana is above all a super mom. I don't care if my vision is that baby walked off with deer, because I don't know why else that baby would have left. And Santiana telling you
No,
What?
here's what had to have happened. There's only one explanation, because the exact same thing happened to Jenny Lane 9 months ago. Santiana will sometimes lay her baby down along a fence line.
Yes.
Because she wants them to be semi-hidden, which is very smart. And along the situation with Jenny Lane is we had some little bushes growing along our fence at that point. And Santiana laid Jenny Lane down in those bushes. But when Jenny Lane began to stand up, she stood up on the wrong side of the fence. And at that, now that she's standing,
She can't figure out.
she doesn't understand how to get down and go back under. So you guys may remember this. I showed up one day to check on the cows and do my afternoon feed at. What's wrong, babe?
I clicked the wrong button. Sorry.
And I found Jenny Lane on the wrong side of the fence. And that was a video that we made, a live video that you all helped me get her back over to mom. And so I do believe that the same thing must have happened to this little girl yesterday. I think that in that pasture that's nice and mowed and cleaned up good, I feel like at some point mom laid her down along the tree line right next to the fence. And somehow that baby laying there doing whatever mom tells her to do, whenever mom says, come on, let's eat, and she goes to stand up, her head comes up on this side of the fence, the wrong side. And now she can't get back over.
But I think she did that. But I also think that then she followed deer, because like that's my own, in my head, my Disney version of what had happened.
Well, here's the thing. I think that mom told her to lay still. I think that mom says, drop flat, don't you freaking move.
Well, it was really powerful.
Because, hold on, I'm so sorry. I would love to show the video. It takes way too long, but I recorded an hour of me walking that fence line, looking over, following Santiana before I ever went live, hoping that mama had told her just to lay down, be still. And the fact that mom would not leave that area and all of the other cows kept looking, I kind of knew there was something that had to happen. Either something snatched her and took her under that fence, or that calf was on the other side of that fence. But in everything in me, I could not find her or see her. All right, go ahead and keep talking.
What I was going to say is that Santiana, though, is like, she is a very, like, she's an incredible mom. She's the most emotional cow I've ever met in my life. But she is super mom. She's had, what, 7 babies? Something like that. Either way, she knows what she's doing. And she wasn't going to give up on that baby. And it was so incredible to watch on the live how you let her out through the gate. She went in there and found that baby and then brought her back through the gate. Like, really, like, that's really smart for a cow. And I was freaking out whenever people were messaging me and telling me about the cow. So I was on my way over. By the time I got over there, Lester had already, she was already found. But it blew my mind how Lester couldn't find that baby, but Santiana knew exactly where that baby was. It was just unbelievable, really. Are you looking for the rest of the names?
This is the last one.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so I'm going to put these up here. We're going to talk about all of them real fast. Do you see it?
No. Right there.
No. Jamie, where's
Scroll
my...
down. Hit new comments.
Where's my comment at? Guys, I got to find my own comment.
I saw it. Like, there it is. Right there.
Okay, so these are going to be our final name choices, okay? You can talk all you want to about them. You can comment all you want to, but I want to explain what's unique about all of them. So a lot of people are saying Dora the Explorer. But
because of her color.
But let me because Dora's a little Spanish girl.
Well, she has dark hair. Dora, and she's an explorer.
Listen, two things. So number one, we watched that baby be born on a live video.
Yeah, amazing.
The first time we've ever seen a baby born on a live video. And the people who sit there with me and watch that, she popped out at exactly 8 o'clock at night, which on the dot, 8 o'clock my time.
How did you know to go out there at that moment? I haven't asked you that question yet.
Oh, I knew.
I knew that you knew she was in labor, but how, like, were you just stalking out there waiting for that moment? Yeah,
well, so here's the thing. But we're talking about names.
Okay, carry on.
But real fast, we saw that she had dropped her mucus plug or popped her mucus plug earlier, And then we also had noticed a lot of discharge. And then we noticed her doing things that were different. So anyway, bottom line is, so 3 things that happened that are very unique to this one little calf. Number 1, we watched on a live video, unedited, uncut, anything, a baby being born. Mom did a wonderful job, just like a champion mom that she is. And then on day number 2, something happened. We don't know the details, so I'm not going to get into anything in specific, even though we think it might have been something to do with our rescue bull, Chuck. But something happened, and it ended up getting that baby pushed back behind our 2 water troughs. You know about the story?
Yeah.
And one of the water troughs had been twisted and turned and flipped around. And so very, very scary moment to find the baby. We saw that Chuck was acting a little bit different. Mom was in total distress.
I'm sure she was.
But we brought Mama and baby into the red barn and kind of figured everything out. We separated Chuck. And so that was kind of the second thing. 2 days in a row, big moment of her being delivered. Then a big moment of us not being able to find her, and where we discovered her and all the fiasco that ensued. That was also on a live video, which is crazy, okay? Because if it's live, y'all, don't think Lester's editing anything. If it's live, it's happening right then and there. And then the third thing is she was fine throughout that day. Chuck has been put away. Chuck's okay. Then on the third day, I go out to check on him because, you know, I do that every day, and I couldn't find her for nothing. She couldn't be found. And I'm like, where in the world's that baby? And then you all saw that live video and how all of that folded. So what I'm trying to say is, I think it would be wonderful to give her a name based on her personality type, her characteristics, things about her.
She's like predisposed for crazy, which is where Calamity Jane fits in.
So what I told you I will always do is go with the vote. I'll go when it's a female. I will let the internet choose. All I'm going to do is I will name all the males, the bulls, because I kind of have to for my paperwork purposes. Anyway, so Dora the Explorer, because the girl has obviously been off doing her thing. A lot of people says Amelia. You know Amelia Earhart?
Yeah, shoot.
I forgot to add one on here. Amelia Earhart is another one that, because of her and her being a young lady and being so heroic and just such a legend, a lot of folks like Texana because it's a combination of Tex and Santana, Texana. There are some saying Calamity Jane because of the Wild West and just the legend that Calamity Jane was. There's a couple of very famous quotes from Calamity Jane. Do you know any of those quotes?
Something about something
I
about being I know there's one that's about being a legend.
Yeah, hold on, I'll read them to you. I love these. I just got to find it.
Oh boy,
Jamie, these are all messages to you.
It keeps scrolling.
You know about where it's at?
Yeah, keep scrolling. It was the day before.
I'm just scrolling.
You just missed it.
Oh yeah, Calamity Jane. Here's 2 quotes from her. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us, for the both of us. That is a quote from Calamity Jane. I don't know if that was in a movie or if that was from a book or a screen. I have no idea. But Calamity Jane, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us, which is cute.
I think Doc Holliday also said that. But.
Oh, and then if a girl wants to be a legend, she should go ahead and just be one. There you go. So I'm kind of like that's like her.
But Calamity Jane was a cowgirl.
Yeah, she was a cowgirl.
And that's like, for me, that's the most fitting. Plus, say Calamity, like holler Calamity Jane.
Oh no!
Come on, do it.
This is going to embarrass me.
Do it,
Calamity Jane.
See?
Bring your butt over here.
Don't you want to hear that?
You need to hush it up, Calamity Jane.
See?
Anyway, we got Carmen Sandiego, which is also, I believe, a cartoon. I don't know that one, but a lot of people.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? You don't remember
Carmen
that?
Diego, not San Diego.
Carmen Diego?
Yeah. And then Wondering Wendy, I think from Peter Pan. I don't know, but someone says Wendy, Wondering Wendy.
I also heard, I saw Pippi Longstocking. And Pippi Longstocking was one of my most favorite movies.
The one name that I saw a lot that I will include on the actual poll was Valentina. A lot of people were saying Valentina. Maybe because it's being close to Valentine's Day, or also because I think that one of the little girls that died in that plane crash, I don't know which plane crash, but I think a recent plane crash, her name was Valentina. So I don't know. Oh no, someone says Heidi.
It is Carmen Sandiego. See, I know, like,
oh, Carmen Sandiego.
Yes.
So yeah, so Valentina was a name that a lot of people had suggested, but you know what? Someone just said Heidi because she hides. Heidi.
That's funny. No, so you don't know about Pippi Longstocking then?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard of Pippi Longstocking, but I don't know anything.
Pippi Longstocking is coming into your. You don't know that?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Those are my childhood, apparently, not Lester's.
Okay, so there you have it. Like I said, I will add on Valentina, but we will take that to a poll question today. Maybe I'll say by noon. It's 10:30 now. By noon, I'll have that poll question up, and I will put that for sure onto all the YouTube channels. And then I will try to do the same thing to Facebook. I'm having issues uploading to Facebook. If you haven't noticed, I'm not on Facebook at all. I cannot upload. I'm having so many issues, but I'll see if I can figure that out. But for sure, we'll get it on YouTube, and then we will have us an official name by the end of this day.
Sorry, I'm just looking up.
And
outside?
When I go,
Who came outside?
Oh yeah, when I go live later today, then we will absolutely talk and announce her name. Okay, but those are our choices. And remember, there's going to be a lot of folks who say, well, you didn't put my name. I know I can't list every name, but I'm going with a lot of the names that I saw that were popping up over and over and over. Or someone would say, I like Amelia, blah, blah, and there would be like 25 likes on it, which means that means 25 people also like that name. So I'm going with what I think is a really good idea across the board, and then we'll let the internet vote. Good? All right. So anyway, that's the story. As far as what's going on at the other property, there is a construction job going on as we speak. They are working on the horse stables, but just the foundation. It'll be a while.
It's important. It's
probably
really important.
Yeah. Foundation is the most important. The wise man built his house upon the rock, Jamie, and we're not building on rock. Man?
All I know is the song of Peter built the church on the rock of this. Something.
Don't make me sing it.
Sing it.
The wise man built his house upon the rock.
Nope, I don't know that.
The wise man built his house upon the rock. Yeah. So the fool builds his house upon the sand. The wise man builds his house upon the rock. And the rains came a tumbling down, and out washed the house and dried up all the rain. And out goes the house. And yeah. Anyway, people who went to church.
Hold on, I went to church, but we didn't sing that.
Church people know this song. Anyway, and the rains came down, says Christy Smith. Yes, the rains came down and washed away the sand. Oh man. Anyway, bottom line is, let me go ahead and hide those names now. So yes, there is they're doing the clay. They're getting all that spread out. They got to get all the grass out of there first. And so all that foundation, that form is going to be done. And then we hope that on Monday, they'll be able to come in and pour that concrete. And then we'll have to give the concrete time to cure. I think they call that cure. You know that?
Yeah.
Concrete needs time to cure.
Yeah, we can't be letting Roman and Rita out there that afternoon. That's going to need some time to completely dry and get all of the.
So to be honest, they say 21 days is how long you should let it sit. No, there ain't no way we're going to wait 21 days to let Roman and Rita back on their pasture. What I could do, though, is go over there and try to fence off that area to keep them from walking on it. I don't think they will. And
have you met Rita? If you have any place that you don't want Rita to be, that is where Rita will be.
You're probably right. Rita would probably do it for the fun of it.
That's what I'm saying. She's just curious and fun.
As of right now, Roman and Rita are over with our gladiators. And guys, Roman is bored out of his mind, but not Rita. She is playing cowgirl.
Rita is having so much
Rita is chasing those cows all over that pasture, and she's loving life right now. Rita is something else, y'all. Roman's like over there in the barn, like eating hay, watching her, like,
it's
Rita.
Adorable. Well, yesterday when I got there, here comes Roman and Rita running down the driveway, and then all the cows like take off in loops, and like it was like a circus over there. I was like, holy moly.
Hey, Sam, the wonderful fellow who we've known for years, who we just love, he does the concrete stuff. Sam's like, hey, man, I don't know if you should leave those horses with those cows. I'm like, why do you say that? He goes, that little horse been running them like all day. And so I went out to watch. I was there all day yesterday, so I watched a lot. And she does run at them, but she's not like chasing them in circles. She's not. So she runs at them, they scatter, and she just walks
It's
up
the most fun thing in the world.
Her head held high and her tail's up, and she feels like she's so big shot. And she goes back to the barn and hang out with Roman. But Rita's like this over here. She's not Yancey like I am. She's like, an hour later, she all of a sudden she takes off at 100 miles an hour.
Which is why they connect so much, because they're both disturbers of like disturbance of the peace.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Me and Rita.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
Lord.
and Rita are like one on like, you know what? It's kind of boring here. Let's stir some shit up.
Yeah.
So like that is like they're one in the same in that. And Roman's like standing on the side like, oh, here we go.
I know. Here we go again.
Roman and I are one and the same.
I've always made this analogy with poor Roman and Rita, and I think it's so funny because I've seen this in real life. A lot of times an older man will go through a phase, a really foolish phase, and end up sometimes leaving his wife and kids and falling for a much younger woman. We've seen that happen. You've seen it happen with guys at your work. I mean, it happens, y'all. You probably all know someone who's done that. But I promise you, 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, after about a month or so, that older man is realizing real fast what a dumb mistake that was. Not only is he probably missing his old life, you know, with his kids and his wife and his routine and all the things, but he's also he's exhausted from trying to keep up. I don't mean in the bed and under the sheets. I mean, let's go here. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go do. And that old man finds himself having to do stuff that he hasn't done in 20 or 30 years.
And at first it was fun.
At first it was fun, but now it's like, I want to watch the news. I want to watch the news and fall asleep on the couch instead of going to the bar at 11 o'clock at night and going to, you know. And so a lot of people say, yeah, I've known that man. It's a foolish thing. And I feel like poor Roman comes out to retire. He comes out to retire, never again to be worked, never again to be, you know, whipped or spanked or nothing else. And all of a sudden he has to get mixed up with Rita, the likes of Rita. He loves her. Don't get me wrong. He loves her. But, I bet
he realized that all that chasing that he was doing was wearing him out. So now he just stands in one spot and watches her. And he's like, I'll just wait for her to call me.
He's like, take me back to the Amish. Just
That's not what he's saying.
Send me back to the Amish workforce. I'd rather pull a plow all day. I'm playing. All right. At this point, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to all the folks who are just screaming and hollering to be heard. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to answer some questions. That is a phone call that I'm not going to be able to take right now. Let me take it. Go ahead. Hello.
All right. Is Chuck going to stay in the lot for now? Yes. I asked Lester yesterday about what the plans were for him. Chuck is fine. Chuck is fine. He is going to stay in there. Would a boot work for Ivy? So here's the thing about Ivy. Even when I wrap her foot, like I had a diaper on her foot to where I was trying to like draw out whatever infection or whatever's going on in there. She will play dead. She will not stand up with it on. Like she is instantly broken and her soul is broken. Even when her ankle was wrapped, I actually believe that was causing her to like have this like thing. So taking the wrap off, the next day she was like putting weight on her foot. And I'm like, what the heck is she? So she doesn't want anything on her foot at all.
That was Longhorn Rancher Jake.
Everything
all
okay?
is well. Yes, everything is great.
Any update on the raccoon? I'm not telling.
Oh, that means there's a video. Hi, Stella.
Hi, baby.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, Trixie and Stella. Our girls have come by to say good morning and hi to hello to everybody. Okay. All right. What other questions do you have?
I'm reading.
So we have raccoon info, but that's going to have to be a little bit later. Jamie will do that in the video. Upsy Daisy update.
She's in with the alpacas. She got her first shower for the spring. You know that it's been 80 degrees here, so the alpacas are like, anytime the hose is out to refill waters, they're coming up for a shower. And she got her first one the other day, and it was so cute. I did not capture it on video, but she was like stepping into it, and then she would step back to like looking at everybody else who's doing it, and like so confused as to what is happening. So
Lisa Lee, which is an adorable picture, is that snow behind her?
Yes,
that's snow. We got snow last week. It was so awesome. Lasted for a day.
2 weeks ago now.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 80 degrees yesterday here. But Chuck is, yes, Lisa Lee, thank you. Chuck is inside the Chuck stop, and he will not stay there forever. We still have about 20 days or so until his procedure day. What's wrong?
Somebody asked for the brand of these coffee cups, and I don't know. There's no brand.
I'm talking about Chucky Poo.
Sorry, I was just trying to help out.
Chucky Poo is inside the Chuck stop, but after our, oh, that's not here. After our calf, our baby, who is yet to be named, after our calf finds her legs, then we'll let Chucky back out and all will be fine. Santana will not come into heat for at least 2 weeks, but I say this again, but there ain't no way that Tex is letting Chucky Poo anywhere near Santana. I can promise y'all that. Guys, there's a hierarchy out there, and Tex has established himself as the alpha. And even though Santana may come back into heat, and we will allow her one more time to be bred, which will give her 8 total calves, and she'll be done for good. We just want one bull out of her. I need one bull out of her, Jamie. Tell everybody I need one bull out of her. And then if we don't, I'll probably go for 9. Just I need a bull. I need a bull.
Listen, thank God that we didn't have children, because he'd be like, that girl's great and all, but I need a boy. So you just keep on producing.
Listen, it's like my nephew Dusty and Jill. How many kids they got now?
Oh my God, they have 2 together.
They have 2 kids together. One that Jill had before she met Dusty. She's pregnant now, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I can promise you that she's going to keep getting pregnant until Dusty gets him a boy. I don't know why. That's a big thing, but I have a reason behind mine. I have a reason. I need a bull. I'm
sure he does too.
I need a bull. Okay. And anyway, those who know the business side of it know that I need me a bull out of Tex and Santana. Okay. I need that. Anyway, so what was I saying? So no, in a couple of days, Chuck will get let back out, but he's not going to get anywhere near Santana if she comes back into heat. Tex will take care of that. I promise you. There's no worries. Beautiful videos, just a really fun week of videos with Chuck. We had a couple of things we did for him and with him. And I hope that you guys had time to watch those videos. Do you know about him getting out with the ladies next door? Juanita and Marisol. Y la abuela, you know about that? That was fun. I'm not going to give it away, but there's a video out there that was and is a blockbuster. Can you tell that a video is going to be big when you make it?
Yeah.
Before it ever goes big?
Yeah. So I'm going to release some strategy here. I feel like I try to put my best stuff on Monday because I record Saturday and Sunday typically. And then I try, like, Monday feels like I've been holding it all in, and then I can't wait to show. So like I put the best one out on Monday because to me, like, I'm like starting off the week really good with everybody.
Oh, okay. Men determine the sex the child will be.
That's true.
She means the position, right? The position.
No, it means that you're
based on the position.
That's not what she means.
Okay, well, listen, I've never been wrong, but let's just skip right over that one.
It means that the in the gene pool and in science, in real science, not Lester Morrow science, in real science, males determine the sex of a fetus.
Lori, I love you, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Not today.
Okay,
not today.
We're answering questions. Are there any more questions that we've not gotten to? Any update on Sadie? No, I wish there was, guys.
We got another 20 different Pyrenees that I reviewed this week, and none of them are Sadie, sadly. I will say that I appreciate all the things, but some people are sending me dogs from Canada, and my first response is, have they scanned the dog? Because I can't fly to Canada to go see if that's my Sadie. I have driven as far as a couple hours, but I can't invest all of that time in that. And I'm so sorry. So if you see anything, the first thing before you send it to me, can you ask if it's been chipped, if they've scanned for a chip? Because that has like ruled out half of the prospects.
Where did you get your dress?
Shein. Almost
Shein.
almost all of my clothes come from Shein, and I know there's a lot going on, and I'm not talking politics, but Shein comes from China, and it may be the end of Shein for me. Maybe. I don't know. If there's a back door to Shein, I'll gladly shop there.
Will you be adding memberships to Longhorn Lester? No. Longhorn Lester is just my personal channel. I make my money the good, hard, old-fashioned way by working for it. And so I'm not doing the memberships. I have done it with I'm a Survivor, because you guys know that our I'm a Survivor Facebook and YouTube memberships, supporters, they both call them different things, is how we pay for our vets, feeds, help me, Jamie, any kind of infrastructure, like the horse stables, for example.
Any of their treatments, anything like that.
Their fertilizer, feed buggies,
that goes
green
directly
hay.
to the support of animals. And I have memberships on mine, and to be really honest with you, that pretty much pays for the farrier.
The farrier. So we are trying not to do a lot of that. Now, if things ever fall apart, and you know what, I'm going to refer back to a comment from about 20 minutes ago that I just ignored, because you're going to get mad at me and grab my leg.
Should I do it preemptively?
You can grab my leg ahead of time if you want to. Just
I'm holding
can you
it.
Scratch it nice and smooth?
Yeah.
So we were talking about another channel who does lots of dog rescues. I will not say the name again because you already know the name. And someone says that channel has become so commercialized where it's only about making money. And so hold on a minute. I'm just going to defend the channel for a moment. It's true that this channel, wonderful, wonderful man, seems like a wonderful guy, does rescue a lot of dogs. But I also understand that this same man also promotes and begs and begs and begs and pleads and pleads and pleads for every dollar he can get out of you. And we're not going to ever be that channel. We will only bring in the animals that we're able to take care of on our own, mostly. And if it ever gets to where we're unable to, and we can't even do it with our supporters, then we're going to have to stop bringing in animals.
Yeah.
We're going to have to stop bringing in animals. But we know our land capacity for what we can hold. We know our time capacity for what we can hold. And we also know our financial capacity. We've lost our Facebook monies. The supporter monies is the only monies we're getting on Facebook from our Facebook supporters. And so I feel so bad for Facebook, because there's a lot of wonderful people out there that would love to continue using Facebook, but Facebook is.
And we're not the only content creators that have issues. Just, people that I follow have come out and said, like, listen, this has changed for us, and we've had to make, big changes, and that's where we're at. So our long videos are, and our lives and things like that have moved to YouTube. And I don't like to talk business. I don't like to talk about that at all. But
and then if you say anything about money, everyone goes, well, you're only about money. You're only about money. Well, we're not only about money, but it does take money to run this kind of farm.
Yeah.
Animals have to eat. Grass has to be fertilized. Hay has to be baled or rolled, and so things have to happen. So this is my job. And so it's not talking about money necessarily, but it's just saying that this is my job.
It's
and
a business
none of us
decision.
No one goes to work for free. No one can go to work for free. So let's get off of that question. Are there any more questions? I'm looking for anything looks like a question. Stop bashing him. He's awesome. Okay. Whoever's bashing me needs to stop it right now.
Lester, did y'all get a new box for the road yet? It's on the way here. It's being shipped. And when it gets here, I'll put it together.
Can you block Corn Pop on your own? Corn Pop has been blocked so many times, and they just create brand new channels. So Facebook is cutting their own throat. I don't think so. I think that Facebook is trying to be TikTok, and what Facebook wants are all of the TikTokers. So I think that what Facebook wants is for TikTok to go completely away and all of those TikTokers come back to Facebook where they first started. And that would once again rejuvenate Facebook. And so what TikTok is not long videos, and Facebook does not want to be consumed with long videos. They want their people to come watch boom, 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 boom. Because let's be honest, when you start watching shorts or reels or TikToks,
you just consume. You
how,
just swipe and consume and consume and consume.
And so they want your time because time is money.
They call it doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling?
Meaning that you just like you scroll for forever and that you just get lost in it, basically.
I can get lost in it. I will be the first to admit that I can get lost in shorts, reels, and TikToks, which are very short videos. And before you know it, I'm like, a whole hour's gone by, and that's an hour of my life I'll never get back. And so I do believe that Facebook is trying hard to take over the TikTok audience.
Yeah.
And that they don't want the long video creators. And so for everyone who says that it's something you did wrong, Lester, or something Jamie did wrong, no, it's something that Facebook is trying to do.
They're evolving, and no shame to them.
That's their business.
That's their business, and that's how they want to run it. It's okay. We just have found that the primary home for us is YouTube for now.
Yeah. So will you breed Chuck before he gets booked? No, we tried. He had no interest in the girls. All right. So people are still bashing me for some reason. Okay. Well,
I have to get to the post office before noon.
Gotta go. And
my eggs are here.
And if they're bashing me, I gotta get off of here. I can't handle no more bashing.
You know about my eggs?
I do.
They're here. And I'm so excited.
Jamie's eggs are here, y'all.
Not my personal eggs. Chicken eggs.
All right. We're going to end it right there. Thank you all for watching. I had that pulled up for a reason.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I know you don't know what it means, but I've had so many people talk about this particular sweet lady. I know she's a sweet lady, but we're going to figure out what's going on. So I know who you're talking about. We'll figure it all out. We're not doing that right now. But if in fact that person does not need to be here, then they will find themselves at the social media suite by and by.
Y'all, I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Maybe you're blessed with some sunshine in your life too. I hope you get out and put your face in it and let the wind hit you, even if it is still cold there. And I hope that it's productive for you as much as you want it to be. Remember to pause and take a little time for yourself on days like this. And I promise you there's really wonderful things that you're going to see in our videos this coming week. We are not going live tomorrow night. Are we going live tomorrow morning instead?
Tomorrow is Super Bowl, and I will have, my younger son will be with me, and we're going to just do something fun with him for Super Bowl. So tomorrow night, we will not be live. Now, unless you want to be live by yourself.
No, I'm going with y'all.
You're going to be with us. Okay. And so we will not be going live tomorrow. But you know what? If you're okay with having coffee Sunday morning, then I'll be more than happy to have coffee with you Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So how about Sunday morning coffee? How about we do it at 8 o'clock? We do it live. And we do it from the JL Ranch. So we can actually be driving on the side-by-side, having our coffee out there. Or is that a bad time?
Can we make it 9?
Can we make it 9 o'clock?
I just have meds to give in the morning and such.
All right. So how about we say 9 o'clock tomorrow? We'll see you for coffee on the side-by-side.
Let's say ish.
Coffee on the side-by-side tomorrow morning, Sunday, 9 o'clock our time.
With the poison pill, right? Probably right.
We'll have different mugs for the side-by-side. We're going to have lids on the side-by-side.
It's that kind of side-by-side.
And we're going to take Jamie to all the pastures, and we're going to let her experience the gladiators. Oh boy, she is in for the ride.
I'm not going in the gladiator pasture.
You'll be on the side-by-side.
Yeah, on the side where the horns come.
No, I will keep us moving. Okay. So we'll see y'all tomorrow morning from the gladiator pasture with coffee on the side-by-side at 9 o'clock a.m. since we will not be able to come live tomorrow night because of Super Bowl.
Maybe we'll announce the baby name tomorrow morning.
And we will announce the baby name tomorrow in front of that baby. That's a great idea. So y'all go vote today. Before you leave me, though, I'm just curious. Who are you rooting for in this year's Super Bowl? Will you be going for the Eagles or will you be going for the Chiefs? I'm just curious. I'm going to look here at the comments. I'm just curious, Jamie. Do you think there'll be more Chiefs or more Eagles? Hurry, say it fast. Don't look.
Chiefs.
I think that more will say Eagles. And I'm looking now. Eagles. I have not seen one chief
I
yet.
see one.
There's one chief. Okay, there's a chief.
2 chiefs. Your comments are paused because there's so many coming in.
Well,
it's halfway.
You guys can see for yourselves that we kind of have a Deb says, wait, who's playing?
I'm in the same boat, Deb. I had no idea who was playing.
Who's playing?
And I'm only going with them because they're going to eat and you're going to the main event, right?
We don't know exactly yet. I want to make sure that Lex.
If we go to the main event, that means that there's games to play, and I like those little coin pusher games or bowling. I can do any of those things while the game is on.
I lost who said it, but someone goes, I only watch for the commercials, and a lot of people only watch for the commercials.
I heard Elon Musk is getting a commercial, and I can't wait to see that.
Elon Musk and things he has uncovered with every taxpayer should be appalled. And it doesn't matter if you are independent, Republican, Democrat, or if you've never voted in your life.
Apparently his big reveal of all that is his commercial tomorrow.
If you've paid taxes, you should be appalled, especially if you're a veteran, if you're disabled, if you need or require welfare, if you're a senior citizen, if you've lost your pensions due to something that you've, oh my God, to know how much money is being sent to the most ridiculous places. And guys, that's not politics. That's taxes.
That's dollars
and cents.
Yeah.
And I am just saddened by how much money has gone to other places. Oh my God. I'm just shocked. And that's shocking. I'm just gonna
Anyway, no politics here. Seriously, find a way to pause today and embrace the beauty around you. We love you all so much. We hope you have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow morning for baby naming. Don't forget to vote today.
9 a.m. Vote for what? Oh, for their baby. Yes. I'll put those polls up here in a few minutes, y'all.
Bye, y'all.